Hey, family, it's your girl, Sojourner Howard. And if you are new to Coffee Talk, we talk about everything faith, family, autism, and everything in between. So today, we are going to talk about cancer, um, how it has affected me as a woman, as uh, a person, okay, a mom, a wife. It's touched every area of life that I serve in. Being a wife is a form of service. Being a mom is definitely a form of service. Okay. Being a friend, a sister, those are also areas of service. And so every area, hi, this is Tylon, every area that I serve in, because cancer has touched me, has touched those areas. Okay. Last time we were together, we talked about uh, God changing our plans, right? And if you're new, I welcome you. And this is for everyone, no matter where you are in life, no matter what stage you're in, whether you are a believer in Jesus Christ or not. This is for you. Why? I talk about what I know. I know Jesus Christ. I mean, I don't like know him exclusively. I am a believer in Jesus Christ. You can't know everything about God because really, you can't. Okay. Anyway, so yes, you're going to get some tidbits from what I believe because that is who I serve. And that is who has brought me through so incredibly um, through this journey and many before this. Okay. So we talked about course adjustments last time because the God that I serve, Yahweh, the Lord of the Jews, okay, Messiah, Yeshua, he was not surprised about breast cancer. He knew that this would be something that he would allow to touch me, but it also gives me comfort because there is an ending to it. In creation, okay, which is in Genesis. So whether you're a believer or not, I encourage you to read the story of Genesis just so that you can have some reference so you'll know what I'm talking about. In the beginning, he made the heavens and the earth and he separated land from water and he gave boundaries to where the water could go. And if you look at our oceans has boundaries, unless there's like a tsunami, or a hurricane or some other natural event, there are boundaries. All right. You go to the beach, Myrtle Beach, the beaches in South Carolina, North Carolina, the beaches in Virginia. There's a boundary. The water doesn't go any further than that boundary, barring some type of storm. My point is that I knew that this cancer had a boundary. Now, where that boundary was, I didn't know. Okay. But I knew that he had set one because nothing ever surprises him. He's omniscient, that means all knowing. And sometimes he allows his kids to suffer for his glory. He's going to get his glory one way or the other. I'm sure going to give it to him because he deserves it. Now, I titled this The Good, the Bad, the Ugly about cancer because there's some good, there's a lot of bad, and there's ugly. In my research, which was very light, I do admit, because it was overwhelming and trying to get all this information in at one time, uh, I shut it down. I'm like, "Whoa." The chemo, the hair loss, you can see, okay, the hair loss, all that. And if you look back on some of my other videos, you see it. My nails, my fingers, my nails coming off, okay, turning discolored. All right. Um, the scent of my body, just like everybody has a smell, we're mammals. And you're just like, is that, oh my gosh, because, you know, it's chemo, it's poison, it changes your chemical makeup. Okay. I did not know that when you, and excuse me for being frank, but that's how we roll around here. I did not know that every time you went to the restroom, it would feel like you had a UTI because the chemo's coming out of every orifice, including your urine, and it burns, and it's uncomfortable. And if it gets anywhere on your skin, you will break out, you will have uncomfortable pimples, you will have a rash. It just is not a good thing. Okay. It's pretty bad. So, outside of messing with your appetite, your vision, your memory, your sense of balance, like I'm walking with a cane because my sense of balance is off. If I turn too quick, I'll fall. If I get up too quick, I the room might go spinning. Yeah, that whole vertigo thing is like real. It seems like chemo exasperates or expands. Okay, little things that you like, small things that you would dismiss, like, oh my gosh, I got up too fast. No big deal. You can adjust. Well, chemo makes it very hard for you to adjust. My hands tingling. You know how your hands fall asleep, and when they start waking up, and it's like, oh, you get that painful tingling. Same thing with my feet. Um, the memory, the short term memory it's taken a huge hit. Like I'll say something to somebody and repeat it because I don't remember asking and I didn't register what they said. I will read something and I will have to reread it several times in order for me to remember just even the gist of the passage that I was reading. Pain. I'm sure you noticed in the last broadcast that I did, I'd stutter, I stumble over my words. I know what I'm trying to say, but it's hard the translation from here to here. Okay. Um my brain is foggy sometimes, like I can't like figure out where I am in relation to everyone else. So driving has been a challenge because you need some good peripheral vision. You need to be able to estimate what the other driver is doing. Um, you're not just driving for you, you're defensive driving, you're driving for everybody else, right? That has been a challenge. My husband has taken over most of the driving duties on the weekend because I get tired. I have about 3 to 4 hours of energy on a good day, and I try to fit everything in that I can fit in, and then I'm like, and when I tell you that I'm like brain dead, like there's nothing happening. I just need to put the TV on and watch a program because there's nothing, cognitively I am like done for the day. Okay. So that's the bad. The going to the restroom feeling like everything's burning and it's on fire. That's the ugly. Okay. Of course, your nails coming off, then the most sensitive parts of your flesh are exposed, so it limits what you're able to do. That's bad. Okay. Um, the hair, that's bad, but okay, hair will grow back. Um, reminding myself that I can eat. Now I'm almost a month out from my last chemo, so I have to rebuild a relationship with food because there were many days that I could not eat and I would just be on a protein, like an organic protein shake, okay, or a smoothie. Like trying to introduce solid foods, it's a bit of a challenge. And it's a challenge up here. There are some things I cannot eat, like meat, I still cannot eat. Fried foods, as much as I'd love potato chips, it all tastes funny. So I don't. Coffee, love coffee. Hence the name Coffee Talk. Sitting around chit chatting about some things, right? So I've Develop a fondness for tea. Do I hope to drink coffee? Yes, absolutely. Even some ice creams taste funny. So when I go to eat something and I'm blessing my food, I'm asking the Lord, please allow my body to accept it. Please help me to have a healthy affiliation with food, not a feast or famine type deal. Oh, I found something I can eat. Ah, and you're so happy you could eat it. And sometimes it takes a minute for your stomach to send up the message to your brain, hey, I'm full. You need to stop. So I've noticed that if I drink, and I forgot where I heard this from, some nutritionist or something, drink 8 ounces of water before you eat. It'll keep you from overeating because you're not going to have the room in your tummy. Nibbling. Well, that was my go to when I was stressed. Nibble, emotional eater. Nibble. Can't nibble because you don't want to eat. It doesn't taste good. That's a good thing because then you lose weight. So, as my body is recovering from this onslaught of poison, because that's what chemotherapy is, it's poison, from January to July, I have to have a healthy affiliation, once again, repeating myself, with food. So, I got to learn how to eat. That's good because then that'll help me get to a healthy weight, a healthy lifestyle, because you can't eat processed foods. Like, that's out. You can't, like, if I get a pizza, I had a pizza Saturday, cauliflower crust, organic, and I just got it in cheese, only because I could put my own vegetables. I like mushrooms, I like peppers, I like spinach, I like kale. I could put my own, vegetables on it, and then a little parmesan, a little mozzarella, put it in the oven, and it was, oh, delicious. Delicious. Okay. So I'm learning. All right. So there are some things that I can, like organic, little frozen organic meals, watching the sodium on that. But some things I can, learning what I cannot, and finding a healthy balance in between. Okay. I love onion rings. I love milkshakes. That is a guilty pleasure of mine. Well, I can't do soft serve. Good thing. I need, if I'm gonna have ice cream, it's gotta like have fruit, cream, milk, ice, maybe a pinch of salt and some sugar. That's it. I mean, the ingredients need to be what I can read, okay, not what I can't pronounce and can't spell. That's a good thing. All right. The fatigue that comes along with the cancer. In the beginning, about 3 weeks in, my bones felt like they were melting. I was in excruciating amounts of pain. My legs, my knees, you know, just I was so uncomfortable and in so much pain. It just about brought me to tears. And probably on a couple of occasions it did. Okay. That's ugly. Not being able to get comfortable in my own bed. We ended up buying a new mattress. We needed one anyway, because I mean, who runs out and gets a mattress like they're supposed to? You wait, way over the 10, 15 year mark, and it's like, oh, it's falling apart. I probably should get a new mattress. We needed a mattress. I wanted a sofa, but we needed a mattress. And so I can sleep better. All right. And it has the adjustable base so that it sits me up and it brings my legs up so my legs are elevated. That is good. Um, my pain level is not nearly where it was. It's very manageable now. And so I can use just like Tylenol and ibuprofen. That's good. Or oregano oil. My husband's like, smell like a pizzeria, you know, but it works. All right. Some other medicinal creams, but I don't have to use them nearly as much as I did in the beginning and in the middle, which is great. That's good. I feel like my daughter and I are a little bit closer, have a little bit more fondness towards each other. We want our kids to do better than we did and not make the same stupid mistakes that we did. And read through my blog, and you will see that I am was a prodigal and tore up for many, 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 many years. Uh, had to recover from church hurt and all kinds of other things. But church is full of people. Sometimes people don't do right, but that does not alleviate the responsibility that we have a relationship with Christ ourselves. Okay? You get a good Bible teaching church, not a church that tells you what you want to hear, but what is in the Bible, word for word, not adding, not deleting. Okay? Cover to cover. That is not only teaching it, but trying their best to live it. I'm not saying that we're perfect, and I'm not saying that we all need to be named Ezekiel. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying that once you start adopting the Lord's statutes, that they change your life. His laws are good, his statutes are good and perfect. He is love. Okay? That's good with my daughters and I relationship because we sometimes couldn't even talk to each other. Not really. Um, but seeing her mom deal with cancer helps her understand a little bit more better about her mother. I'm not your enemy. And I think she sees that. And so we're able to relate to one another more. I'm not saying we don't disagree, we just know how to disagree with each other. Okay. There's a way to agree to disagree and still walk away peaceful. All right. Even if you're the only one walking away, it takes two to argue. Okay. So the Lord, I told you you're going to hear what I know, has been so good and so gracious to me about covering me, about coming to see about me when I call, giving me things that I didn't even know that I needed. The fellowship of the saints and the prayers and the outpouring of love has just been amazing. I've had a lot of questions, and not all of my questions has he answered, and he will in his due time if he so chooses. He's omnipotent. He knows everything, and he knows if I really need the answer and if that is part of his will or if that's something we just need to table and not bring it up again or table to later. He knows. Questions about my career, where do I fit? Do I go back into the classroom? Questions about how do I serve? Do I go back to teaching Sunday? We have Sunday and Wednesday night services, right? Most churches do have like a midweek service. And once a month, my husband and I would teach middle schoolers, which was fun. And we've ran the gamut. We've done everything but infants. So we've done the toddlers, we've done the middle schoolers, we've done like the 4 to 7s or whatever. We didn't do the teens, but I teach teens because I'm a high school economics teacher. Um, and I'm wondering, where do I fit? Where does my area of service go now? Lord, do I just go back? Questions. I have no idea. Now, a little light has started to shed about the career path because I think you should follow your passion. At some point, it's not about making the money. You will make the money work. You're a good budgeter. Even if you're not, you don't have the money, you're forced to. You better get a budget book, go Dollar Tree and go get a cheap notebook and make a ledger and add and subtract. Add up all your monthly expenses, which includes your streaming services, your memberships. Okay, like everybody wants you to have a membership, including the drink places. Like, have a drink membership with us and you get drinks for $1. Well, it comes with a monthly cost. The local pharmacy, have a membership with us, um, and you'll get these coupons and these discounts for having a membership. It comes at a monthly cost. So if you're trying to save money, maybe you need to cut some of your memberships. I need the membership at the pharmacy because my husband and I have a lot of medications. That's just where we are. He is a heart attack survivor. He had a major heart attack back in 2018, and he's doing well. and he switched gears because he retired. We had his retirement party and all that. But because of the cancer, we're not like so many other American households. We are a two income household. Okay. His business is called Handy Andy, and he fixes things. He installs like lights and ceiling fans, put together furniture for you, service your HVAC unit, your furnace. He can like install your dishwasher, things like that, light stuff. Okay. But his business hasn't taken off, and you entrepreneurs know it takes a minute. You got to hammer it, and you've got to like live, breathe, and eat your business for several years before your name gets out there and you build a reputation and you actually start making money. Well, in between that, the Lord allowed cancer. So that meant I went out on disability. So guess what? Daddy's got to go back to work. And he's a man of God and man of integrity, and he's going to take care of his family, which men, if you make a baby, you need to take care of the baby. All right. And I wouldn't date. I tell my sons, yeah, they're autistic, but they want wives. Don't date anybody that's not willing to, one, take your last name, because that is humble submission, and two, doesn't want to have your baby. Don't pay for your girlfriend to murder your child, because that's what abortion is. Oh, yeah, I said it. Okay. So if that's the kind of lady she is, that is her choice, but don't sleep with her. Matter of fact, don't sleep with anybody till you get married. Yeah, we all adhered, right? No, we didn't. I'm being sarcastic. Many of us did not. Well, there's consequences that we could not see for our short decision, okay? Burning with passion, but there's consequences, and some of these consequences are long living, whether it's STDs, whether you're haunted by pregnancy that you aborted, broken relationships, bringing children and trying to make a family, and you've got children with several different parenting units. Okay. In my family, all of the girls shared the same mom, but we all had different dads. My brother and my youngest sister shared the same dad, different moms. So there's a lot of different dynamics when you have a family that is, it's not really, is it hodgepodge? Just kind of put together. I'm not saying it can't work. I love my dad. Absolutely. Him and my mom have been married over 40 years. Love my dad. Has he ever made a difference and said that this is my stepdaughter? Or have we ever said this is my half sister, this is my half brother? No. He set the bar and said, this is family. I am your father. That is your mother. You are our children. He never made a difference between us, and we never made a difference between us. We're all brothers and sisters because, in some way, we're related, and we grew up in the same house eating from his table. And he said that we are all his children, kind of like our Heavenly Father does. We all come from different backgrounds. We all come from different experiences, but once you come up under the umbrella of Christ, we are all sitting at the king's table. We are all the king's kids because we are adhering to what he says, right? And trying to live the way he's asking us to live and raise our children in the fear, that means respect, of the Lord. We need a lot of that. Our society literally is falling apart, y'all. We got to get back to it. All right. So Psalm 18, okay, was written by King David and some other contributors. Not that particular psalm, but the book of Psalms was written by King David and other contributors. Okay. Psalm 18 was penned by King David. Again, so that you know what I'm talking about, look it up, Google it. All right. It says Psalm 18 in the 19th verse. He brought me out into a spacious place. He rescued me because he delighted in me. That gives me comfort. How can I still have joy? Now, cancer is horrible. The fatigue, I don't know if I elaborated on that. Forgive me if I'm repeating myself, is horrible. Like, The energy that you exert just to take a shower, put some oil on your skin or lotion, whatever your regimen is, you know, and put some clothes on. Like iron your clothes, pick them out, whatever. Exhausting. Like I got to sit down, take a seat after that for a little while, and then try to get up and fix yourself some breakfast. All of these things we take for granted because that's part of our routine. You know, jumping out the door, part of our routine. Well, you can't really do that. Cancer has slowed me down quite a bit, and I appreciate things a little bit more better. Okay. But he said he delighted in me. That makes me feel good. That brings me joy because I know he said, again, what I said in the beginning, sets boundaries for the cancer. It's only going to go as far as he says go. And he delights in me. This has not changed my faith, folks. It has not diminished my faith. It's a hard challenge. Many of you are facing hard challenges or have been through hard challenges or will face hard challenges. It does not mean that the Lord of the universe, the King of heaven, loves you any less. It means that he has a plan. We don't understand it. Okay. His ways are higher than our ways, his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. But I just encourage you to press into him. Let him be your anchor, let him be your joy, so that no matter what happens on this earthly realm, you're still able to give him glory. All right. And then when you get to heaven and you get to see him face to face, because there is a heaven and there's a hell. Hell is for people who don't want Jesus. Heaven is for people who do want Jesus and live for Jesus. Okay. And I'm not talking about no charlatans or no false teachers or preachers. You spend your life not wanting Jesus, he loves you enough to give you what you want. Well, hell, he ain't there. In heaven, he is. I want to live with him in heaven. Anywho, that's all the time that I have. We ran a little bit over, but I just wanted to, again, address the good, the bad, the ugly about cancer. And I'm on the eve of my surgery to have my tumor removed. It's shrunk, it's moving in the right direction that we need it to go. But tomorrow I will be having surgery. Um, and after that, I'll have a different perspective. Every new experience gives you a different perspective. All right. Until next time, okay? Make the world a better place by blessing somebody else. Smile at that person, say hello, get out of yourself, put your phone down, look and see what's happening around you, okay? Buy somebody a cup of coffee behind you, pay it forward, all right? You see somebody struggling in the grocery line. If you're able to, take on part of their groceries. Make the world a better place, okay, with kindness. That's the only way we're going to win this war. Don't get me started on that. Kindness. There's enough evil and bad. Let's be kind to one another. All right. Until next time, y'all. Hey, and don't forget, leave some comments. I'd like to hear what's on your mind. Okay? Talk to you later.